Yo, what's going on, subscribers? I hope everybody enjoyed their holiday if they celebrate. I'm dropping a video based on an interview that I watched recently. Um, about it was basically the interview with Sammy, the singer, and he was basically addressing certain things, right? So he addressed the situation that happened with his mom's, and the movie Sinners, right? So a couple of months back, I had seen the news article about what happened with his mom's, right? And first thing I already knew was gangstalking, right? Now that's a prime example of how they create mass shootings as well. So just if you ever look up that clip and you'll see what I'm talking about. So when he started speaking about it, he basically was saying, if you ever heard of gangstalking, look it up, right? He said that's what he's gonna say. You know, like I said, I don't know if he's dealing with it as well, because then he got incarcerated. He got incarcerated sometime this year, right? Like a couple of months ago. So, like his situation, I don't know, but I just know what I'm dealing with and hearing what he's saying, it relates. So, him saying that he didn't understand what she was going through, now I got family the same way. And I have a family member that was trying to be famous, you know, and ever since the pandemic till now, I've been getting targeted. Now, people say that's for people that I've been watching videos say when you go through this type of stuff, it's like a life insurance policy involved, right? So, you know, dealing with it for so long, and I'm from the hood, you know. I'm very intelligent and street smart, so I observe it off the back. I just don't say nothing and address people unless it gets to a situation where I have to get physical, because sometimes they do send people that I got into multiple physical altercations with, you know, because they'll provoke you. And I done got locked up for weird stuff behind people provoking me, you know, because they'll have a bunch of people around to stage this situation and record it to make you look like the aggressor. And pretty much that's basically her situation. So I know for a fact, because I remember getting into an altercation with somebody and they were saying that, which was a family member, they were saying that they looking like the aggressor. So that made me know they trying to do things to and don't want to make it look like they provoking it. So, you know, like I said, I'm not gonna judge Sammy's situation towards mine, but being that they know they couldn't do certain things to me, they started to throw the God situation in my face, right? This how I knew this was on some sinner type shit. So, being that they couldn't do certain things, they'll make me sound like I'm the devil. And saying I need God in my life. And I'm like, I don't, what's going on with me have to do with me going to church and believing in God? You know, I done seen people from church that go to church gang stalking me. You know, and they like to gaslight you. You know, they actors so they could all cry, make it look real, right? So, like I said, I'm not judging him in my situation, So, in that, and that's why I said, now that I've gone through so much and you just seeing so much people starting to throw God, especially in the industry now, there's a lot of God talk now. But in Sinners, they were doing the same thing, right? So he said it reminds him of him. But my situation reminded me of the twins, the brothers. When the one turned and he was trying to get his brother to turn. That's similar to what I'm dealing with. Because I was told I need to pick a side. That's when I knew it was on some spiritual. It was spiritual, and certain situations and altercations and conversations make me know it's on a spiritual level. Because people tell me the majority of the world sold their soul to the devil. So, now that I observe and been able to understand what's been happening to me, I can really speak about it now because I ain't want to sound crazy, because when I started looking at videos, certain people, I'm not gonna lie, I would consider them crazy, but I wasn't trying to just come out and speak about it like that until I figured out what was really going on. So, and like now, when you look at certain situations, like when Martin Lawrence went crazy, Dave Chappelle, they were being gangster. Cat Williams, it could happen to anybody, but it seemed like they doing it more for religious purposes now. Because that's pretty much what it's like. And like I go through it 24/7. And like I said, as long they do all the noise, commotion, all they want. The only thing I'm worried about is the physical altercation part. I go about my business as long as, like they swarm me. They definitely swarm me anywhere I go. Like I said, it's like sinners. Like they try to sweet talk you. I done had numerous situations where they set up situations that with a female, and I just asked one simple question: Why do you want to be around me? Why you like me? Why you fuck with me like that? And then the next thing I know, I'm being called the devil just for asking a solid question. Like, so that's when I know it's more of a spiritual thing. And they always trying to send females, or it be dudes too, talk about inviting me to churches, and they start talking about God, and it's basically like they just trying to get you to get comfortable with the person. Well, like I said, I don't judge everybody that comes around me until you give me a reason to. And like I said, I deal with it I done dodged different situations. They done tried to Kanye West mother me at doctor's appointments, talking about they gotta give me a shot and all this mess to do certain situations. They done stage different type of car accidents around me, trying to get me into accidents. I done been through it all, and it's like now when I see certain things now, I automatically know what it is. You know, especially when certain situations happen with people, like the situation with his moms. So, you know, being that everything was about God with my family member, you know, trying to make it like that's how he trying to get close to me. You know, and in Sinners it was the same way. He was doing with his brother. Well, I mean, y'all tell me what y'all think has been going on, because like I said, ever since the pandemic, where I'm from, they ain't been the same. It's just been weird. You know, after 2019 until now, just strange shit every day. Every day. All right, y'all tell me what y'all think, or if anybody be experiencing situations like this. All right, y'all. Hope y'all enjoy your weekend. All right, peace.
Brooklyn, different Queensfield clone. Harlem got heart, but the soul feel gone. Lower East Side, all the spots got flip. Old heads say it ain't been the same since. Nah, drones in the sky, cameras on blink. Cash getting ghost tap cards for a drink. Self checkout, talking, tell me what to think. AI running things, city on sync. Boom.